still was broke. It got to the point where I was throwing my account in the negative just so I could get gas to get to work. It was because my resume was garbage. Literally, my resume was garbage.
Don't even think about calling me crazy. You know you peeped that lady. Yeah.
Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I know I have to do this dusty and crusty intro that everybody on every channel does, but it's so necessary. If you guys are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you guys are not, welcome back. Sidebar, if y'all hear some tiptoeing, it's my dog. Just have to preface that. I know I've been giving you guys vlog after vlog after vlog after vlog, and now I can finally sit down and do a talk through video, if you will, to catch up. It feels good to finally just sit down and talk to you guys. But I think this video is so necessary to kind of shed light on where I've been, but also like how my life has changed for me to get here. If you guys have been rocking with me, you would see my videos definitely did like a 180. I went from showing my life just moving to LA, being down and out, quite frankly. Wasn't said, if you will, but I think if you watched my content, it was pretty obvious, to now living the life of my dreams. And so I think in order to catch you guys up on my journey and for you guys to really be able to follow along on my vlogs, whether you're old or new, I think it's important for me to shed light on what's been going on in my life. So first things first, I have been living my dream. This year has been life-changing. I traveled to Jamaica for my birthday. I traveled to Africa, okay? Like what? Egypt to be exact. I went to Hawaii. I bought my first Chanel bag. I bought actually my first Louis bag, but I actually continued that. I've done a lot of things. Oh, and I'm about to go on another trip to I'm not really gonna tell you guys that. If you continue to watch my vlogs, you guys will actually see where I'm going, because that's gonna happen like in the next few days. So I'm actually really excited about that. So stay tuned if you guys wanna know where my next destination is, because I'm actually gonna take you guys to that destination. You guys didn't get to go with me to Jamaica and Egypt and Hawaii, but you definitely are about to go on the next trip. But anyway, I don't say all this to brag. I say this because I want you guys to understand that you can do it too. Like I literally changed my life around. And I know I keep saying that, I sound like a broken record. So let me get into my story. I moved to LA. I never told anyone like how I moved to LA. I have a bunch of like question videos and like, how much money do you need to move to LA? And how much money did you have? And how did you figure it out? And I always would answer like, you can never have a right amount of money to move to LA, because you can't, right? Like you don't know what your situation is gonna be. If you were like me, I moved here with a plan. I ain't moving with a job, baby, but I moved here with a plan, and it fell through. The place that I was gonna stay fell through. I just knew I had a solid resume. I was coming off after being a TV reporter. I just knew I was gonna be A-okay. But baby, life smacks me in the face. I ended up living in conditions that I wasn't really used to. I wouldn't say like super not ideal, just for me and my background. I wasn't used to it and I wasn't comfortable. And it was definitely a change for me. So after doing that, I didn't know what was coming. I couldn't find a job. I have literally videos that you guys can see of me going job hunting, trying to find new work, shipping around this resume that was dusty and crusty, but I didn't know, like I didn't know better. I literally had a resume that said what I did. Like I went to work and I did these things. Like that's all I knew how to say. So, yeah. So anyway, I ended up shopping this resume around. My first job was at a retail store. Mind you, I have 2 degrees, a master's degree, and I'm working at a retail store. And I'm not putting down to nobody who decides to do that. At that time, I didn't want to work at a retail store, but that was the only people paying me attention. And if you guys know, like a lot of the times, if you go get your master's degree, you want to practice in whatever you got your master's degree in, and or you want to be compensated for just taking the time to go learn more in depth into a study, or just for taking the time out for going to school and having to repay those loans, baby, okay? So anyway, I moved into there. I ended up taking on, I worked at the retail store. I ended up taking on, I moved in with a roommate. That was okay. I was still struggling to make ends meet. I was working at the retail store. I found work through a what do you call it? A recruitment firm? Yeah, I found work through a recruitment firm. And that was okay while it lasted. It was really, really far from my house. If you guys know anything about Los Angeles traffic, baby, it was not fun. Okay, it was not fun. I would be traveling about 50 minutes to work and an hour and 45 back. Now tell me who want to do that? Who wants to do that? I didn't want to do it. I had to do it. I had to pay my bills and I still was broke, okay? I was making just enough with a roommate. Traveling that far took and sucked all my gas out every single day. It got to the point where I was throwing my account in the negative just so I could get gas to get to work. I was scrounging up pennies and coins in my car just to get like a fry from McDonald's on my lunch break. That's on a good day, okay? Like, and I'm talking about the days where I couldn't have the time to get any snack from my house or anything like that because I had to be at work by 7:45. Me, baby, I'm not a morning person. I do not miss the days of having to go into work, but we'll get there. So pretty much I was not happy, and then I got not even happier, if you will. So after my time there, the lease was up. I ended up wanting to move by myself. I took on a different job that was closer, and I thought because the proximity had shrunken, I would be able to save more money. Oh, and I was in for a rude awakening. They did not treat me well at that job. They were very, very rude. I mean, and when I say rude, rude to the point where like my boss wouldn't have a one-on-one conversation with me. You know how I'm sitting here talking to y'all? They would be like, oh, Amanda, can you talk to her and tell her, and I'm in the same room, can you talk to her and tell her da-da-da-da-da-da, because I don't think she can understand. Baby, they were rude, but I didn't have a choice. I was broke to the point where like I put myself on a diet because I was a little big, a little thick for myself, and I put myself on a diet, but it was easy because I didn't have much money, and I would walk to work because I'm like, okay, I gotta save gas. I'm closer now, and that's how I lost weight. But that's a sidebar note. But anyway, I thought I was doing something, baby, and I wasn't. I took on a 1-bedroom apartment, which was very, very nice, but it cost me $2,000 a month. I was only making $16 an hour. Now I know you're probably thinking like, well, baby, that's stupid. But again, I have 2 degrees. I'm thinking like something's gonna shake. This is just gonna be temporary. I'm gonna pick up another job. I ended up aligning things so that I can get another job. However, they wanted to just do a screening with me and like a couple, like I think they wanted like 3 days to just kind of work with me, and then they would allow me to come in. So I was like, boom, okay, I'll have enough for rent. I'll have enough to you know, make money. My main job wouldn't allow me to take off. No, I'm not stupid enough to tell them why I was taking off. But like, they were like, no, you just worked here. We don't allow you to take off. Like, I don't know if that's legal or not, but they just treated me so terribly. So I 10 out of 10 would not recommend. I'm not gonna say the name of the job, but like, it was terrible. But anyway, that was my situation. So now I have $2K rent over my head, and it just wasn't looking good, baby. Like, it wasn't good. Sorry about the sirens. That's what I get for living in the city. Well, I hope they're gonna save somebody for real, for real. So anyway, hopping back into the story, I was doomed, I was depressed, I was down, I was out, I was not happy. So a lot of the times when you guys would see me, again, if you guys were along with the journey, I would go in and out of vlogging. One, I was going through a lot, you guys. I was going through heartbreak, I was broke, I was juggling, like going up and down my weight. That was the first time I had ever done that. I was an athlete my entire life, even in college. I was a Division I track athlete. So to see my body fluctuate like that, and I'm like, baby, wait a minute, my body don't do that. I was so blown away. Like I wasn't myself, okay? Sorry guys, I got my notes in front of me. I wasn't myself. And so when I realized that, I was just like, what am I gonna do? I wanted to come on and give you guys content, but it's like, what am I gonna sit in there and talk about? Hey, I'm sad today. Like, I like sharing my life, but I think it has to be within reason. And who wants to also hear, she said every doggone day, but she giving us a vlog every day. But like, I don't like to watch it because she said every day. Like, what am I really gonna sit there and tell you guys? Hey, you guys, I can't afford to eat today, so let's just sit here and eat this salad. Like, I had nothing to give you guys. So it's like a lot of the times, I even got a comment one time and it like broke my heart. This guy was like, I don't even know why you back because you ain't gonna stay consistent. And I was like, like that is so mean. I wanted to stay consistent. I had nothing to give. I had barely had anything to give myself. I was depleted. I didn't know what to do. Every day I would wake up and try to figure out what I could do for work. And baby, I had no freaking solutions, okay? Like my resume, it was because my resume was garbage. Literally, my resume was garbage. My resume outlined all the things that I did, but it did not tell a story of all the things that I was able to do for my team, for my job, all the projects I was able to lead, the growth, my creativity, actual figures, my ability to learn and adapt. It really didn't have all of those key things that you need on your resume to really tell the story of you as a professional and just as a person in general. Mine it just said what I came to work to do and that was it. Bye. I went to work and I did it. 5 bullets. Okay, peace. It wasn't enough, and it didn't tell a cohesive story. I would tell you what I did here. I would tell you what I did at this job and what I did at this job. Okay, so how do all these things line up? I don't know. So I really had to get better at that. And you guys, I did. So I regrouped, I can't even get my words out. I regrouped during COVID. I went home to really, just like most people, we thought the world was ending. I went home to spend time with my family. I, did therapy. I tried to patch up, wounds and trauma. I told you guys I was going through a heartbreak. I had to really go through that, but I also had to really find myself again. I told you guys I was depressed, I was down. And because I didn't have money and a career, I started to feel like, like most of us, we attach ourselves to those things. And so I didn't have that anymore. So I started to feel like, who even am I? Like, what am I doing? How do I get back to me? I done heard so many no's on Career Builder, Indeed, this and that. Like, how do I get back to being myself? How do I be my best self again? How do I see myself in this most amazing light? With being able to have a career and money, but also not attaching myself to that. How do I get back to that? So I really worked on that. I took some time to myself. You guys saw that I came back and made some content during COVID, which was fun once I started to feel like myself and I was doing the correct work. I actually took the time out to make content, and it felt so good, you guys, because I do enjoy this. This is my happy place. But I took also the time to construct what I needed to do, to construct the necessary resume. I made sure that I told the proper story. I made sure that I built out a proper portfolio for myself. I'm in the creative space more so with my line of work, so I needed to do that to showcase my work. I took on opportunities just so I can incorporate more things to add into my portfolio, unpaid opportunities to add into my portfolio. I really worked on my interview skills. How do you sell yourself in an interview? How do you tell your story in an interview? What do you do what are those key things that you need to make sure that you are saying in all those interviews? How do you take over the interview so that they are just wowed? You guys, I worked on these things. And when I tell you I did the damn thing, I did the damn thing. I have changed my life around. You're seeing it. Look behind me. I don't even know if I mentioned this in the beginning of the video. I lived in a very small studio. It was very nice, by the way. Okay. Very nice. Don't come from my place. It was very nice, by the way. But I started out in that studio to now living in a 2-bedroom, floor-to-ceiling windows. And I'm not saying that money and things consume me, but it's a testimony to where I've come from. And I just want you guys to know that you can do it too, honestly and truly. So what I'm doing is I want you guys to know about those interview skills. I want you guys to know about how to crispy up your resume. I want you to know how to sell yourself to these people. I want you to know where to put your resume at so that people can, know where you at and what you want to do. I want you guys to know all the things that you could do to start to better your career path in yourself. Okay, and so I want to share some of the things that I've done with you all. So I actually created a resume template. The template that saved my life. I want to share it with you guys. So I encourage you all, I will put the link down below. Please, if you guys are looking to revamp your resume, this template works. Sidebar, I know you guys are gonna look at this template and be like, well, baby, this ain't cute. Cute resumes don't get a job. Tip number 1, baby, okay? Tip number 1. They get do for some people, but they don't 9 times out of 10, okay? So please don't be looking for this to be some like fancy dancy resume template. It is not. It is simple, it is to the point, and it is the right format to sell yourself. So please grab your resume template below. I'm going to link it down below. I'm also going to link it in the comment section so you guys will have full opportunity to get your own. But I also encourage you guys beyond that to just rock with me. I'm going to be sharing my day-to-day through vlogs, vlog content for you guys, interview tips, resume, reviews on products and purses, of course, because that's my happy place. I love buying me a new bag, baby. Travel, just all those things to show you guys my life in a new light. So I'm just really, really appreciative that I get to shed light on my story, but also really, really happy that you guys were able to take that walk with me back then. And if you guys weren't, please, those videos are still there. My days in LA, I'm still in LA. I want to put that out here. I'm still in LA, but like my early days in LA were pretty brutal. And so if you guys want to take that journey and walk and see what that was like, please do so. Those videos, I'm not going to get rid of them because they were truly marks of my journey to get where I am today. I also went to a Jasmine Sullivan concert. I just had to add that in there, baby, because I'm a true fan. And that was a highlight of my freaking year. I cried while I was at the concert. I hollered, I screamed, I stood up the whole time. I sung every song, every note, baby. Every riff, every rap, every run. I sure did, baby. Yeah, I just want to say it's truly a blessing. I don't want you guys to ever see this story and think that I'm like bragging or want to be like, yeah, I got this and you need to get on my level, because it's never that, and I'm never that type of person. It's more so as encouragement. So I really hope that this came across as that, because that would only be my only intention. But yeah, rock with your girl. We got so much more content to come, and I will see you guys in the next video.